Here's your host, Forbes Riley.
Well, hello, 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 everybody. If you're joining me on YouTube or anywhere else visually, I'm wearing shades. I'm looking pretty cool. It's the last day on the planet before I turn another birthday older. Am I supposed to say how old? I don't know. Apparently, you can go on Google and find out how young I am. I think that's the funniest thing now. You can't keep it a secret. As an actress, I remember, oh my God, when IMDb is a website where it lists all the actors and all their credits. In fact, go to imdb.com and look me up. You're going to be blown away. I have hundreds of credits of movies and television that you don't even realize. IMDb, those four initials.com. And just check out, I put up videos there. The first thing that they showed, though, and this goes back, I think they launched like 20 years ago, was your age. I freaked out. I texted them. I'm going, you've got to get that off the, that's not cool. As an actress, you are literally, your job is to lie about your age. How old do I look? How old do you think I am? When I say the word 63, I'm like, I'm looking for a grandmother. I'm not looking for me. So I find it, so they wouldn't take it down. And then, of course, Google started listing your age as though that's something the whole world needs to know. So I'm going to go on record for my birthday going, I hate Google and I hate the internet that they think it's okay for tell a woman's age. Shame, shame, shame. But then the other side of that is congratulations. You get to a certain age, and every year that you celebrate a birthday is another year here on the planet. And I had a big, beautiful meeting this morning about birthdays. I love doing this breakthrough training that I do. I have my inner circle, Forbes Riley's inner circle, and we all got together and we just shared our thoughts and our philosophies. I've got a woman in my group who's turning 80, and she's at the height of her career. She told us something today that everybody needs to hear. You know what the word retire means? Retire? It means put new tires on your vehicle, go in a different direction. You're retiring. Oh my God, I thought that was the coolest thing I'd ever heard. Retire. All right, actually, I heard a couple of cool things this week. I am broadcasting today live from Las Vegas. I'm sitting here in my beautiful hotel room overlooking the Las Vegas airport. You know, it's a funny thing about full circle and life. I grew up at an airport. My dad, we didn't have a whole lot of money, but he was a partner in an airplane. He loved to fly. And so he made a deal with my mom that his daughter was going to fly a plane before she drove a car. No one told me that. So on my 15th birthday, we went out to I thought we were going to like the shopping center to just drive around the car. And I pull up to this airport. I've never been in like a small little airport. And he's like, come on. I'm like, what are we doing? He's like, get in. I'm like, you know how to fly this thing? Like, I had no idea he knew how to fly an airplane until I was 15. I guess he kept it a secret. I don't know what. It was kind of weird. And I'm like, get in. If you've ever been in a small airplane, that cockpit is tiny. You get in there, you tuck in there, and the next thing you know, he's giving it gas and we are taking off, the two of us. And I remember thinking, and then he's like, okay, you fly. I'm like, what? I'm 15 years old. And I will tell you, have someone have faith in you that you can achieve and do anything. The next thing you know, I'm turning it left and turning it right and going up and down. And I had a blast. The next thing you know, we're doing a landing, and then I would do touch and goes and learn how to do that. So as I'm overlooking this airport today and watching the big planes take off, I'm just reminded, one, aren't airplanes like a miracle? Do you ever look at a giant jet and go, how the heck does that building get off the ground with people inside of it? And then I love when people complain about being in an airplane. I'm like, you guys, you know what you do in an airplane for 6 hours to go to coast to coast? You sit. You don't go to a covered wagon. You don't have a car ride for, 8 days. It's 5 hours of your life. Have a peanut, relax and enjoy, watch a movie, and you're there. Anyway, so I want to welcome you to Forbes Riley's birthday celebration. My technical birthday is tomorrow on April 25th. And one of my girls who just popped in, Val, was about how much she loves celebrating birthdays. I do too. And then I talked to Joshua, who said he hates it. He just doesn't like the attention. I love the birthday thing. I think it's the day where you get to feel a little extra special. And as to Joshua's point, just because you were born? Yes, because you were born out of 40 million sperm that your dad and your mom could have created, you're the one that popped out. You're the one that survived the 9 months of incubation. You're the one that survived being popped off. My daughter fell off the bed at some point. She's still here. You never know, right? You survived baby formula and food and diapers and first grade and high school and first crush and heartbreak. You're still here. Congratulations. And then you hit these wacko milestones. You're 30, you're 40, you're 50. I was good up until that point, and then you're like 60. You're what? You're like as old as your grandma was? Wow. And so I have a lot of fun people who've popped on today who you may not recognize, but I know them. I love them. They're part of my world. We are a crazy sisterhood, brotherhood, tribe of people. Diane Saunderson wins for being the most technological advanced of all of us. This woman, look at her background. Oh, happy birthday, Diane. Unmute and share some love.
Well, happy birthday, Forbes. Hope you have a good one.
Well, it's much better now that you're here. I have to ask you, what decade are you in?
I will be I'm in the seventh decade, and I will be turning three-quarters of a century next month.
Isn't that crazy to think about?
Actually, I like 57 better. I like the dyslexic part of your
Well,
birthday.
okay, so guys, I'll tell you a little trick. A friend of mine said this, and I'm going to take it to heart. And he said, every time you say your age, your ears hear your age. And so don't do that. If you want to feel younger, say another age. So flipping it around is good unless you're 39, in which case you become 93. That doesn't work. But at the moment, if I want to be 46, which is exactly the age that my husband is, I like that. So if you walk around saying you're 46, you feel different. And it's a funny phenomenon. So happy pre-birthday, Miss Diane.
Thank
Diane,
you.
share for people who may or may not know our relationship with Forbes Riley and all the trainings that we do and how you've managed to grow and blossom and become even more beautiful than you were when I met you. What does it mean to be part of the Forbes Riley community?
It's family. Simple as that. We have a great community, and everybody helps everybody, and it's just an extended family you didn't think you were going to have.
What's one thing, being somebody in their seventh decade, that you would like to let me know about life?
That's a good question. One thing you should know about life: enjoy it while you got it.
And I hear your heart and your emotion. What are you feeling?
It's surprising at this age. Um, the brain does not age. The brain always stays young. It doesn't feel anything different than the day before or years before. It's just sometimes the body just isn't quite what it used to be.
That is a very profound statement that the body isn't what it used to be. You guys, I will share that I completely agree. I feel 22. I feel, and by the way, not everybody does. Some people walk around feeling old, and that's their choice. Because I love that Diane just said the brain doesn't age. Your eyeballs don't grow either. Did you know that? Do you know you're born with the same size eyeballs when you're a baby that you have right now? It's weird. Um, but if you don't age, if you don't choose to age, you find yourself having to treat your body differently. There's a guy out there right now, I don't know if you've seen him, but he has a goal to be 100 or 150, and all the things he's feeding his body and doing with his body. And I would challenge all of you. I've gone through those ups and downs. At some point, I was overweight and I fought my body in 30s and 40s. I went on every diet known to man. Never had the perfect body because I never really committed to it, but it was good enough to wear a fitness outfit. And unfortunately, if you're heavy as a kid, you sometimes carry that bullshit with you. That even if you're a size 4, and I think I was at some point, everyone's like, oh my God, you're so skinny. I'm like, no, I'm not. You're like, that's not good. And I think finally, at this moment, being in love with a bodybuilder, I'm going, look, I'm not going to let the body waste away. That's a choice. It is a little bit, I dare to say words that I don't like my own ears to hear, but it feels a little bit like a fight. Like it's not a joke. When I look at Jane Fonda at 85, looking super fit at 119 pounds, and yes, I'm weird enough to know how much that woman weighs, you get to keep it up. So I need another word. I don't want to fight. I don't want to struggle. I just want to embrace and go on this journey. Val, come here. You're the one who said this morning you celebrate all month long.
I do, and I'm proud of it because hey, why when are we going to celebrate? And my one word that you asked Diane, or one piece of advice because I thought of that immediately came to me is don't miss anything. And I learned that from Jim Rohn, who I loved. He was my first like personal development guy that I just fell in love with. And he had that in a context with several other things, like the 3 things you should do that that will get you through life. And number 3 was don't miss anything. And I just always thought that was so profound because we can't possibly go to everything. But that minute you're thinking, I don't really feel like going to that, that's when you should go. Whether it's a class, it's a party, it's an anniversary celebrate, whatever that is, it's important not to miss anything because you don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know what's going to happen. So I take that into my birthday as well.
No, I completely agree, and I love that idea, and I think it's absolutely precious that you were saying that. It's funny though. Do you remember a time when somebody says, "Make sure you live like every day like it's your last"?
Mhm.
I have to be very clear that if somebody told me it was my last day, I'd be running around naked, touching everybody, eating Haagen-Dazs vanilla ice cream until it was all over my face. So I cannot pretend it's my last day. That's not a good one. But the day before, I have clothes on and I'm a little more sane. Because seriously, if it was your last day, what's the freakiest, craziest, weird thing that you would do? But as I'm reminded, as I was saying earlier, I was driving in my car and I lost both my parents at 70. Now, you're not guaranteed tomorrow, just to be very clear, but you do think you've got enough time. Now, that's funny. Somebody wrote skydive. You know, Karen, I don't want to skydive. I'm going to be, and I'm not going to. My sister did fell out and she broke her ankle. I'm completely fine not seeing the earth from that height. It doesn't mean I haven't lived ever. I mean, I've dove under the ocean and I've flown airplanes. My dad's philosophy was you never need to step out of a perfectly good aircraft. And that's not on my bucket list. But
Not
it
on
is.
mine either.
No, I'm good, Val. We can go toast other people who are doing it. More power to you. I have enough rush. And here's another thing I don't do anymore. I'm bummed about this. Who here, if you guys can see, I've got a panel of amazing people. I used to love roller coasters. Loved, freaking would go up and down the East Coast, going to different Six Flags to do roller coasters. Newsflash, something happens to your body at a certain age. Equilibrium, I don't know what it is. Joshua, and I'm glad it's not just me. We went to Universal, couldn't wait to go on the whole Harry Potter thing. If you go to Universal, the coolest roller coaster ever is called Hogwarts. Oh my gosh. It goes up and backwards and does kind of goofy, fun, flying through the air things. Loved it. But then we went to the house, the Hogwarts house, the castle, which has a flying kind of thing that you go through with all of these 4D visuals. Halfway through, I'm like, I'm going to barf all over Harry. I'm literally so nauseous. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what's going on? I get out of the ride and Joshua is green as the Hulk. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I feel really sick. I'm like, you too? And for the rest of the day, we realized that we can't be swinging through the air watching. Doesn't work. My equilibrium. And it's funny. I did the same thing before that. I went on the Hulk roller coaster, speaking of that, and it goes upside down several times. When I got off that, I felt like somebody had pulled the plug out of my life. Like literally, I'm walking around going, I can't see a thing. And I was a special guest at Universal, so I got to go in the back door. We went into the Spider-Man ride. Spider-Man, you should sit down, it's quiet. You go from room to room and you see these big action screens. I'm going through it, and the first screen is completely blurry. It's completely fuzzy. And I thought, oh no, the roller coaster knocked out my eyesight. I can't see anymore. Everything's all blurry. You know what had happened? I missed the line where they gave you the 3D glasses. I didn't realize that for quite a while. I'm like, I can't see anything. What's going on? Anyway, yes, fun to be me. All right, Linda Buckley, you were just smiling over there on your phone. I love that you joined us. Pop on up here and share some birthday thoughts.
Thank you, Forbes. Happy birthday. Yes, I love birthdays, and I do celebrate all month long. And I tell people, yes, if they miss my birthday on the day, I don't care. You can just celebrate because every day in December is my birthday. And I just love it. I do.
Know what? I have to tell you, it's a lot easier to remember the month someone's born in than the actual day. That's not a bad idea. So December is Linda. I love that.
Yes.
Now you have to write what month is yours. And Aaron O'Dowd, pop on up here all the way. Aaron, are you in Spain at the moment or Ireland? I cannot hear you, my friend. Pop over here. Nope, keep going. One more time, hit that button. There you are.
Down the mute button.
Hey, it drives all of us crazy.
It does. So I'm living in Spain and I'm Irish at the same time.
That's kind of a fun combination. When you go out for alcohol, what do you drink?
A Moscow Mule.
There you go. That'd be great. Aaron, I love Linda's energy. Linda is December. What month is your birthday?
I am November 28th, Sagittarius.
Oh, I love that. Both of my children are December Sagittariuses. Watch out. Oh my goodness. Aaron, how do you feel about birthdays?
It's an exciting moment. I enjoy it, get to eat and be with family, and it's it's being able to wish what's upon us, but sometimes that wish doesn't come true, or it takes a twist and a turn, and at the end of the year, I wish I could done this or done that, but actually, it's a moment just to be with the special ones who you love at that moment on your birthday.
If you're lucky enough to do that, there's that moment, kind of like that Christmas song, when you think about all the soldiers who are not home for the holidays. Um, I imagine that all of us have probably spent a birthday that we wish we might have done differently. I will tell you moving forward, embrace it. Embrace the month. August is for Val, November's Aaron. I think I got every month of the year covered. Linda, between you and Jesus, we're good in December. That's good. Veronica, if you guys can't see, if you're listening to me on one of the podcast platforms, please go over to YouTube and check out this very special visual representation of what we're doing because it's fun to look at my friends here. I've got Veronica. She is spin gymming. Spin pink. Spin gym is my baby, my product. My kids will tell you it's their third brother. I never leave home without it. And what are you doing there, Veronica?
I'm spin gyming and love my spin gym because it's great to do it during the Zoom calls. And since we always have so many of them, and it's a great way to get some exercise and just, get stronger. And a lot of times we say that we're too busy to exercise, but there's always time we can find time to do that during the calls. And
Well,
it's
I just popped you up next to Val. Val's got her blue one. Karen's looking for hers. I got to tell you, it is one of the more fun things that you guys can do. And a great birthday present for me is go to www.shop Spin Gym. Karen's got hers, and there she is in purple. You guys, that makes my heart just go crazy. I've been spin gymming every day myself in order to get ready for this fitness competition. Look at my ladies go. If you don't have one, you're missing out on the best part of Forbes Riley. Go to shop. You can go to Shop Forbes Riley or Shop Spin Gym and make that a birthday present. I got to tell you, it's kind of crazy. But Veronica, I'm going to give you the stage by yourself just to talk about how birthdays show up for you and what does it mean for you?
all right. So for me, birthdays, a lot of times not like it's another day, but listening today early on the call, how so many people get excited about it. I kind of get the idea why people get excited. I think to me, it most of the time it was just another day. But sometimes, when I go and meet my friends to celebrate, and I see them getting so excited about my birthday, I'm like, what are you so excited about?
That's such a beautiful, there's such an innocence to what you just said and an unexpectation. For me, I think it's because my parents always made it special. There's 365 and a quarter days every year, and they go by whether you notice them or not. And we carve out a couple of very special ones. We carve out December 25th. I love that day. When that day happens, I don't know why, but the air feels different. And I'm reminded of that Paul McCartney uh, music video that he did set in World War II, where the two guys, the American and the German, meet on a hill, and it's Christmas, and they were going to kill each other, and they decided for that day they're just not going to. And I'll never forget that moment because it's a choice. It is a choice to celebrate, to think that something is different on that special day. New Year's is just another day. The calendar goes no matter what, but it seems to be the day that we start the year. And so for me, the representation, Veronica, of a birthday, it is the year that you entered the planet. It is the year that started everything for you. I'm sorry, the day that started everything for you. And I've always, as a little girl, just gotten that little tingly thing. In fact, my mom, this was funny. When we were in grade school, I'm just remembering this. I don't know if anyone did this. We had a corsage. We would make a candy corsage. You put the number of how old you were on it, and it had to be handmade because no one sold those things. And I remember those bubble gums we would stick on, or the other kind of candy canes, or lollipops, or whatever the candy kisses. And you wore that corsage all day, and you were made to feel special. And so, Veronica, it's an interesting time, and I love that your friends are celebrating you. I think you need to think about it next year, that it's just an honoring of tradition, of heritage, of if you think how you got here, your great great grandparents had to meet another great great grandparent, have a kid who met another kid, who met another, and all of a sudden you were here and just enjoying this planet, this gift, whatever it is that we get to do with our lives. You get to look at your body, and if you're lucky enough to have whatever you have, we have people in our community who can't move from the waist down, who are born without arms or legs, or losing eyesight, or in my husband's case, losing hair. And how we deal with our physical representation in this world. And I do think that we make a big deal, certainly about birth, about marriage. Why do we make a big deal about marriage? Why would we care if two people hook up and get together and decide to live together for the rest of their lives? We do that because it's this celebration of life, and then the passing of life at a funeral is just as momentous because it seems to be everybody gets a moment you come in and a moment you leave. And the moments in between happen to be your birthday. Veronica, when is yours?
June 1st. And you know what's funny? I'm sharing it with Nefertiti because her birthday is the same day.
Oh,
And you know what's really funny? She has completely different attitude about birthdays. So you can call her
oh,
because she loves birthdays.
Nefertiti, come on up here. Hello, my girl.
Much love from New England. Happy birthday with much appreciation. Wishing you all the very best and fill of abundance. The more, the merrier, and thrilled to be here with you.
Oh, just love you. Now, you and Veronica are born on the same day, but apparently you feel differently than she does. Tell me about your view on birthdays.
That changed over time, I must say. This current version of me, I established that I was named after the Egyptian pharaoh. I have a royal name. Therefore, I need a royal celebration that it goes for a month. I start on June 1st and it carries on until July 1st. And then I have the fireworks for the 4th of July too.
Veronica, do you hear this?
I do. And you know what? Talking about Nefertiti and also like to everybody today kind of made me think that I've got to rethink my attitude about birthdays and just make it more special. I guess we are not on this planet for too long. So it's like, why not an extra make this day special, right? Since it only happens every
Well,
year.
it's coming extra special because the invitation is there. I'm celebrating in New Hampshire at a dance studio my birthday, and I say anybody who is in the area, show up, let's dance, let's party. June 1st, it's a Saturday, and I'm doing that in Kingston, New Hampshire. So people from all corners of New England, they are welcome and invited.
I just love that energy. That is so cool. New Yorker, I'm going to call you up. New Yorker said, it's my own national holiday. Veronica, you got to get on board with this. New Yorker, share with me your view on birthdays.
I think that was the most important day of my life. I was born, so I had to celebrate.
Do you just love this?
I love this. I don't do anything I don't want to do on my birthday. I even if I had to work, I don't want to work. I want to celebrate.
What's one of your favorite? You know what? I felt this need. I'm going to put you on speakerphone. You're on. I can bring you on camera, but I just realized as I'm celebrating this with all my friends, we're on a radio show. I've got Elaine. Elaine just turned 98. I missed your actual birthday. How are you feeling at 98, my girl?
Well, I'll tell you, I just came from the chiropractor. I feel great. That's one of the things I do. I was hit by a bus years ago, and wrenched my right side. They were it was at the Hollywood Bowl, and the bus lost its brakes and hit me, and And I oh my goodness, I've been hit and I've turned and boy, it rinsed my back. So I go every now and then and get fixed up. So I feel great today. And I can do 20 jackknives, and I work out in the gym, but my right leg has got a little problem with the bone on bone. But
do you want to be crazy? Do you want to be crazy and pop onto our Zoom and say hi? If I send you an invitation, do you want to pop onto our Zoom call?
Oh, it'll take me a while to get on there. How long?
You know what? I've got one tonight at 5:00. I'm going to call you back and get you on for 5:00. Would that work?
Yeah, that'll be fine. I can do it, but it's going to take me, I have to boot up my computer. I just walked in the door.
All right, you know what? I'm going to say for 5:00, you're my special guest. I love you. I'm going to go back to my show, and I'm going to give you the biggest hug ever. Mwah.
Okay, go back to your show.
You know what? At 98, she's going to come and be part of our celebration tonight for Mastermind. We are taking a quick break so that some of my sponsors can pop in here, guys. As a sponsor, one of my sponsors is www.pitchsecretsmasterclass.com. Every Sunday, I am live and 100% interactive, bringing you lots of fun and ideas on pitching. Please make sure that you pop by Pitch Secrets Masterclass, and we're going to be right back after message. Don't go away.
All clear back in 2.
Thank you. Thank you. How are you guys all doing? Oh, I'm just going to do another recording of this. I just wanted, and the party started. Anna finally showed up. Where have you been? I'm just kidding.
Forbes.
All right. Wait, don't say anything yet. We're on a technical